What's up guys, welcome to this cooking tutorial. I am Chase Porter and I'll be showing you guys today how to make a quarantine DIY lasagna at home. So this actually wasn't the original plan. Originally our group was gonna do cheap cooking meals. It was gonna be under $10 per meal and I was gonna make Italian that way. But because of the current COVID-19 pandemic, we have totally switched to doing an at-home quarantine style demonstration. So without further ado, let's hop right into the cooking. So about to start cooking the lasagna. It's gonna take quite a few ingredients. So first of all, we're gonna need 1 pound of ground beef, 3/4 of a pound of some pork or sausage or something like that, either 8 ounces of tomato sauce and 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'm just gonna use all tomato sauce, all this spaghetti sauce right here. I'm gonna need 2 garlic cloves minced. I'm just gonna use some pre-minced garlic and do about a tablespoon each. Sugar, seasoning, salt and pepper, parsley, some cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, finally lasagna noodles, some Parmesan cheese, provolone, and some shredded cheese. So quite a myriad of ingredients. They're not all super hard to come by. Most of them we had here in our house, only had to get a few. And then lastly, we're gonna cook it in a 13x9 pan. If you don't have one, which I didn't, you can get one of these. It's exactly what you need. It's like a one-time use, just aluminum pan. This is why I'm gonna be cooking it in since we didn't have one of those nice pans. So you're gonna need a pretty large skillet pan. We're gonna put all the meat in here and most of the ingredients. So get it on the oven. I'm turning it to about just like a medium hot, and then add a little bit of oil. Might add some more. We're gonna put the meat in there and we're gonna cook it till it's not pink anymore. First, we're gonna add our pound of beef. All right. Now you can add crumbled sausage. That might be easier. I have these are just what we had in the house. This is a friend of ours hunted this deer for us, and so this is some deer sausage that I'm gonna throw in. Pretty much whatever you feel comfortable adding at home, whatever you got will work. Next step, we're gonna mash and pretty much just get this meat cooking evenly here. So So now that it's about all the pink is gone, now next what you want to do is you want to drain it. Next you're going to add the next 7 ingredients. First ingredient is the tomato sauce or tomato paste. Mr. C's is our favorite in these parts. Since it's about 14 ounces and this is about 30 ounces, I'm going to add about half of it. A little more. Alright. Next you want to add about 2 spoons of minced garlic. Next you want to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. We have sugar cubes and 1 is equal to 1 tablespoon. So we're just going to throw 2 in there. Next you want to just add some salt and pepper. And lastly, I'm gonna add my favorite ingredient. I try to work this into everything that I eat. I'm gonna do some jalapenos in the meat, make it extra spicy. I'm gonna dice them first. Okay, those are diced well enough. All right, so then you're gonna wanna mix it all up afterwards. Make sure you get everything in there. After it's all mixed in and everything and it's ready to cook, you can add a little salt and pepper if you like, but then you're gonna reduce the heat down to a low heat and let it simmer. You do this once it's kind of boiling. Reduce it to a simmer, and then you're gonna about stir occasionally and let it sit for about 1 hour. So, yeah, stir occasionally, let it sit for about 1 hour, and then we'll come back to it. While this sits and marinates, uncovered for about an hour, we're gonna come over here to a large mixing bowl. You're gonna need one of those. Now take your eggs. You're gonna need about 3 large eggs for this. There. So after you beat the eggs, first take your parsley, add a healthy amount of parsley in there. Then you're gonna need 3 cups of cottage cheese. And this is exactly 3 cups, so we're just gonna add all of it. And then you're gonna need 1 cup of the ricotta cheese, so. Now after that, you're just gonna stir all this together. After it's mixed in and mixed up, we're gonna let it sit there for a minute, and then we're gonna wait for the meat to get done, and then we're gonna start adding stuff to the pan, ready to be baked. All right, so it's been about an hour. We're coming back to what we have set up here. First off, you wanna preheat the oven for 375. Now we're actually gonna get into the process of putting the meat and this cheese sauce we've kind of made with the noodles into the pan. First step, we're gonna take about 1 cup of this. I don't think it has to be quite exactly 1 cup, but basically make a thin layer of this hamburger meat stuff on the bottom. Oh God. Now, after you put some of the meat in, we're gonna work with this as we do it. We take 3 noodles. That should stretch about the distance of the pan. Now, these noodles aren't quite the length, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do with what we got and just make the lasagna about as far as the noodle goes. Layer the noodles like so. Now move and put some of our provolone cheese. So we're gonna take a couple of these slices and pretty much just portion them out so we kind of cover it. Boom. Take this cheese mix that we have over here. We're just gonna pour it along like that. Nice and covered. And then after that, you're gonna take this mozzarella cheese that we have and do a fair amount. And then come back with 3 more noodles. 3 more lasagna noodles. And then you wanna come back and dump the rest of the meat sauce. Came out to take up a little bit less of the pan space than we had hoped, so a smaller pan could have been better, but we'll still make it work. Take the remaining amount of the cottage cheese mixture, and then come back for another layer of the mozzarella cheese. For the last couple layers, do 1 last layer of noodle. And then I'm gonna throw a little more cheese on top. And because of the pan sizing, we're gonna take a noodle right here and just put a border. Hopefully that can prevent and withstand the shape. Now that the lasagna is totally prepared, now we're gonna cover it. So take some tin foil, cover it. And then you're gonna put it in the oven and bake it for 50 minutes. So here we go. Ugh. While the lasagna is in the oven, we're gonna prepare the garlic bread. And we're gonna put the garlic bread in the oven with the lasagna so it gets all done at the same time. First thing we need to do is we need to prepare the dressing for the garlic bread. First step we're gonna add is this olive oil, 1/2 cup of that. Put it in a bowl. And then we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Then we're gonna add some spice, some basil, garlic powder, and some salt, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. We're gonna mix it up. All right, and then you need a pan, like a cookie sheet type thing, take a little tin foil, put it on top, and then just pan the pan. So we're just using basic sandwich bread because you really don't need anything else. Take your bread, I have a little spoon here, and then just kind of spread the oils and put it on the pan. I'm gonna put a little bit of Parmesan on top. And then, hey, let's even put a little bit of cheese on top. Oh God. And now we're gonna wait for the lasagna to get done, and then once we take it out, we're gonna uncover it and throw the garlic bread back in with the lasagna. So our lasagna is done. Let's pull it out and see. Ooh! Ooh! It's a hot boy. All right. Let's see how it is. We'll work with it. So, we're gonna throw both things in. The lasagna is gonna be uncovered now, and then the garlic bread, you're gonna throw them both in for 20 minutes. And we'll see it in about 20 minutes. So we were keeping an eye on the garlic bread and the lasagna, and it was looking about done. So we're gonna take it out about 5 minutes early. There she is. We got the garlic bread right here. And there it is. Now we're about to get ready and eat this and see how it is. There we go. And we're back. We're ready to try this food. This is our lovely cameraman, Trevor Martin.
Hi.
He's going to be trying the food with me, and he's going to rate it for us. Before we try it, you're going to rate it on 3 things. You're going to rate it on the appearance, the aroma, and the taste. So, first off, tell us about the appearance.
Appearance looks pretty good. The top of the lasagna could be a little better, a little crunchier than it should. But other than that, I think the meat looks great. I think the toast looks pretty good. So I'm excited to dive in.
What would you rate the appearance?
Oh, I'd probably give the appearance a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe a solid 8. It looks solid.
What about the aroma?
The aroma, 10. I think it smells amazing, so
great.
I'm ready to do this.
All right, now let's taste it.
Okay.
Wow, I like that. I really like that.
That's real chewy.
Yeah,
that's real good. No. Really crunchy top.
What would you give it a taste out of 10? That's pretty crunchy.
That's crunch. A solid 8.5 out of 10 for taste.
Nice.
Now on the toast.
Yeah, let's try this garlic bread.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Okay. For literal bread and cheese, that's pretty great.
What would you give the bread out of 10?
7.5.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, pretty good.
Awesome. All right, great. Well, thank you for watching. This has been the quarantined lasagna from home. So, awesome. Thank you.
10 out of 10, baby.